Welcome back. It's day 2. Things are going to be just like day 1, essentially. We're just going to pick some different planets and some different cards. If you didn't watch day 1, I recommend, going back and watching that one. Gameplay or the process is the same almost every day. But day 1, we went over quite a bit. So, yeah, that's worth your 20 minutes invested there. With that said, let's just do a very quick review. Yesterday, we worked with the sun in Leo. I talked about being in the spotlight and leadership and why those things are difficult to me. Hopefully, you were able to write an entry in your journal. That's really important. I think that's a big part of the motivating factor of what makes you choose a planet. And your planet choices are what drive the movement on the board. So if you're picking topics that interest you, that appeal to you, that challenge you, or whatever your decision-making process is there, that's important. That's the driving mechanism. Then again, there are no wrong choices, because in a way, the way you move on this board, the route that you take sort of just reflects what your mind is doing in this moment. So people will choose different planets and categorize them differently for all kinds of different reasons. There is no wrong choice. Okay, so this is a tool that's measuring your energy, your mental state, your psyche, something like that, right? Still trying to even pin down exactly how to express that. I can understand it, but how do I convey it? Still kind of working on that. So yesterday we put these 3 cards here in the top right corner. Why? Because we worked with the sun in Leo, which was Yang. The top right corner is Yang. So we categorize those cards Yang. And now we can measure that we have some Yang momentum going, right? It's likely that we could start moving up or right, but we haven't really yet. So today we're going to reach in here and grab 2 new, let's see what I grabbed, the moon, and I grabbed the sun again. Jupiter staying here in the center because we have Jupiter in the center because that's our tiebreaker. We determined that yesterday. It's going to stay there throughout the whole process. All right, moon. I know where the moon is today. It's in Pisces. Very yin. Okay. Very, very yin. And then the sun is in Leo still. So very yang. We have strong polarity here. Today we're on position B. So as you can see, I put the sun up here on the upper position B. And I put the moon down here on the lower position of B. Why? Because down is yin, up is yang. And we're moving along the first pathway. And now we get to choose which one we want to work with. Do we want to work with the sun or the moon? Well, unfortunately, it's just me making the decision right now because I don't have a big audience yet. And someday I would love to do a live where we can choose together, or I could work with people one-on-one. That would be fine too. But in this case, it's just up to me to choose. The moon was influential in the layout of this hexatetraglyph, this oracle board. It takes 27 days to complete this. It takes the moon 27.3 days to travel through the zodiac. That's significant because it creates an opportunity for you to work with every zodiac sign throughout the journey. That possibility is always there because the moon provides that to you, right? Also, it's nice because if you're into magic, you have the nakshatras, the lunar mansions. There's different ways of calling them, but there's a way where you could also just kind of work with the board and check on your moon mansion, your lunar mansion, whatever you want to call it, your nakshatra, each day. So, but that's probably for more advanced users. You don't really need to worry about that. If you know what I'm talking about, then you'll probably say, oh, okay. Maybe I can start incorporating some magic in this process. Build a talisman or something, right? I'll give you another little tidbit today, just because it came to my mind. 27 times 4 is 108. So if you want to make a mala, a bead necklace with 108 beads, my dogs are barking. If you want to make a mala, if that's something that you're interested in, you could put a bead on a cord every day. And let's say you complete this full process 4 times in a year. Well, there you go. You have an opportunity to build a mala. Maybe we can talk about something like that at a later time, or maybe we'll even go ahead and try that at some point. All right, but let's get back to the game. That's just a little bit of a side and some fun. Which planet am I going to work with today? I think I needed a moment to sit there and process this, and I think I'm going to go with the moon. You probably noticed I was leaning towards the moon. It's kind of important to me. The moon in Pisces. All right, I'm going to just grab this book here, Astrology by Carol Taylor. It's nice because it's super simple to just flip through it and grab a little bit of information out. And I'd say it mostly deals with kind of like birth charts and stuff like that. But we can get a bit of an idea. Let's see, what am I looking at? Oh, the moon. There we go. Okay, the moon through the signs, Pisces. It can be hard for you to identify how you feel, and sensitivity to others' feelings may cloud the issue. Retreat and time alone are needed to recharge. Makes me think of like a highly sensitive person, right? I'm like that a lot. If I go into a grocery store and it's really crowded, I need to come home and turn off the lights and make it quiet for like an hour just to somehow get all that energy to calm down. So I'm going to put some keywords up about the moon and about Pisces, and we're going to think about that. And then we're going to construct a journal prompt. And I will share an example of one, maybe something that I'm going to use personally. Okay. From there, we're going to draw 3 tarot cards to try to work with that topic. We're going to try to read these cards, interpret these cards to help us get some insight about this topic that we've just written in our journal. Now, like I was saying, really try to be descriptive in this journal entry. Invest some time and some energy into writing something meaningful. That's a big, important part of this process. It helps drive your movement, right? You're choosing a planet essentially so that you'll have a topic to write about. So really, when you're playing this individually, and you're not just following what I'm doing here, really try to be authentic about which topic, what kind of topic do I want to write about? Listen to that call, or just listen to a first impression. You know what I mean? However you do it, you can't do it wrong. But now it's time to draw 3 cards. So I'm just kind of leaving my deck as it stands. However, I had it shuffled yesterday. And so I have the 7 of Cups, the 10 of Swords, ouch, and Temperance. All right, so we're going to try to use these cards to create a narrative about this topic, answer the question, gain insights. I'm going to put some keywords up that might be helpful to work with these cards. And I'm going to take some time to go ahead and craft my journal entry and to try to work with that topic and that question using these 3 cards. Okay, so here's an example of a journal entry and how these 3 cards might work to help one understand the topic, answer the question, or produce a narrative. All right, so these cards, they are associated with the moon, right? The moon gave us our topic for the day, gave us our question for the day. The moon was very yin today. The bottom left corner of the board is the yin corner. So these cards, yin, they're representing yin energy. I'm putting them down at the bottom left corner today. They're down here at the bottom left corner. From day one, we have 3 cards up there at the top right, which is yang. So we have a tie right now. Doesn't matter right now. Tomorrow we'll be at C. The only time a tie might be a little problematic is if we were at a decision point, like at G or O, somewhere like that. Then we would use our planet in the center to help break a tie. But we don't need to do that today. All right, I guess I'll just leave the moon there on the board until tomorrow. Day 2 is in the books. Okay. I hope that this has been helpful to you, valuable. Please leave me feedback, questions, anything that you'd like to see, any topics that you'd like me to cover. And I'll see you back here tomorrow. Thanks for joining me. Take care.